Let's remove this old chip. There you go.
Alright, do you know what? It wasn't too bad at all.
Just cut this bit of heat shrink off of here.
I could have run, to be honest, I could have run it.
Don't get cocky.
No, I could have done. We did another one in September called Shine.
There we go. Discard the old chip. One new chip.
We raised.
We should remove from the
Oh,
box.
it's not. It must be the wrong picture. The thing is, you've got so many bloody people.
In your tutu?
That's our little team. Yeah, this is going He was more of a twat than anyway.
That. Chip comes with instructions on how to fit if you want to fit your own.
Don't hold back, like.
Take the chip out, the box, take it out of its packaging.
It looks stupid properly.
We try not to handle these too much because they're prone to static electricity. Now, if you're just doing a standard fit on a chip, you won't need a lot of this wiring that's on here. So you take out the main wires, which is the grey, the orange, the black and the red. What I normally do here is special glasses, because this is quite delicate, this, when you get in here. You have to
Oh no, my legs, oh my legs, no. Oh my legs, my blisters, my...
Well, that's it. That's the
remove the wiring from the chip, which we don't want.
Well, that's right. And you've got to warm up. If you don't
Oh,
warm up,
it was great. Yeah. The whole thing was everybody's queuing for the toilet, 45 minutes for the toilet. Half a mile queuing already. We're not doing that. No, I won't take a picture of that. No, not her feet, it's just her face, because I said, "Give us a smile." And she went, but
very apt.
so don't worry about that. We're about a mile away from some falls. Don't worry, we'll sort it. Okay, anyway, we all flooded on with a bit more
As you can see, this job's quite fiddly.
Hello, Steve. Hi, fat twat. How you doing? What? Anywhere. Just bringing some girls into you, the loo, and I'll buy points. Whatever. So I had a pint. They went to the loo.
Oh, cool.
2 seconds, back on the road.
That's it.
It's the way to do it, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then brother came up to pick us up, which was nice.
So you wouldn't want him to drive home, would you?
No, well, this is it. And if you want to get a coach back or train back, you're going to wait around there for 2 or 3 hours.
Well, no.
Screw that. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not so much stuff. Ah.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I know.
That's the chip end. Now for the plug end.
That's a piece of that bit when I took it out.
Of course, if your loco comes DCC ready, there's no need to do any of this. You just simply plug the chip in to the loco, reinstate the bodywork, and off you go. But a lot of the stuff that we do here is not DCC ready.
Last year, favourite result.
Yeah, because that DMU is about 25, 30 years old,
this
isn't
is
it?
a bit before the
Yeah.
the invention of digital.
Antique.
Well, I've been to the doctor's, got cakes.
You've done the important bit.
Now,
I'll bring it into the modern idiom.
anyway, nice to see you.
Yeah, nice to see you, Don.
Good night,
Ta-ra,
Terry.
mate.
So,
Right, Terry!
Ta-ra, mate. Eh?
These are all the same?
Yeah.
Why did you buy so many?
What didn't? There's two sizes there.
come on.
Well, I just said that they're all the same.
Oh no, sorry, they're all straights, yeah.
Right,
But they're
okay,
two
so
sizes.
A bit of trouble with my iron this morning. I think I most probably need a new tip on here.
silicon wire, we've got 6 of them, yeah?
Okay, let's try again, shall we? Amazing. A bit warm. Oh, there you go.
What's coming out of it?
Well, if you could put it back properly, and you serve a customer, you wouldn't know, would you? Would you go?
Twice I've done that.
Go through this section. You've got 3 packs of them. 3, 4, 1, 6, 7, 8. 3 boxes of them. Right,
2, 4, 5, 6, 7, right, 8, yeah, 8, 8, okay, got that.
You've got 24 tins of break. Primer.
I can't find it here, hang on.
There we go. Let's go down. One to go.
Oh, right, so where's the
Number
tea?
64,
Yeah, okay, where's the tea that's there?
then it's up there in the next page.
Oh, that's what I thought you were doing, was the tea lips. I'm sorry, no, it's not down there, it's got the yours on there. I can't see it, it's bloody eyes blank.
Should be us free. Plug you don't want anymore, so we'll just chuck that on one side.
So 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, yeah, right, got it. Okay, nice. Right, we've got this
Now,
here.
these joints can be very fragile, so before we go any further, what we do is we put a bit of heat shrink round them to hold them in place. Don't need a lot, just a little bit. Let that off like that, just to put a collar on there. And that goes up to there. There we go. Nice and tight. I'll just warm that up with the iron.
These, a side candle.
Use that little lot there, a little bit of body. Okay. Now if you're fitting the chip for the first time, go to your instructions. It's all here on how to fit.
Oh, right, okay.
Okay. That's the section you need, connection specifications. Next thing is to determine where these are going to go and what colours are going where. Okay, if you look down here, it will tell you that the 4 colours you've got remaining, which is black, will go to your left rail, your grey will go to the motor left, your red will go to the right rail, and your orange one will go to the motor right.
Jesus, it's really complicated, isn't it?
So, well, it's got to be done in the right order, otherwise it just doesn't work.
It's very precise, isn't it? I mean, you've been very precise in what you're doing.
Yeah.
There's just no way I could do that.
What I do is I determine which way the train is going to run by putting it on a track like so. I know that this is my left rail, this is my right rail.
Yeah.
So if you're not still uncertain, you get your meter, turn it onto your ohms, and you then find out which one is which. I'll put in left motor, right motor, motor, right motor, left motor. There we go. Now we know that that side is the right rail. So we can start there with your right rail, which is your red. As you've just taken this off the board, it's already tinned and soldered, so there's no need to go through all the necessary rigmarole of fluxing it up and getting it all done. Just simply put your loose end on your tag there, which is already soldered because you've taken a wire off of it. That means that your grey wire is now your motor left, so you then take that one from there and put it on the other side. There we go. Again, you've got black and orange one to go.
No, you've got a bag. You've got a bag in there, haven't you? Envelope.
Let's have a quick check on that, see we're still on the same track. Oh, indeed. I won't shrink this yet until I'm sure that everything's working okay, then I'll just whip it off again and put some heat shrink on it to protect the joint on the inside. Okay. Now, the next one will go to your pickup in the back here. If we take the old covering off of here, I should have a small block here somewhere from walkabout. That's fine. Shove that off of there. Put that on there.
You bought 3 short bread things at once at the malfunction.
You need more than you can over a couple of days. Oh, what's that got to do with it? You did need it though, didn't you?
Yes, actually, I've got no bread.
It's very good stuff, this heat shrink. Once it's on, it's on. It's cut through there, but it's still not
I only had
releasing. Come on.
Oh, you didn't have to match.
no, I bought you 3.
So when DCC came in,
When did it come out?
no, when it did come in, did you have to find out how to do all this for yourself, or
Oh yeah.
Jesus
Yeah,
Christ?
there's no training
No.
classes or anything like that. You just take it, and a lot of it you read the instructions, of course, and then you've got to work it out, and it's trial and error.
I just think it's amazing that you've done that. You know, 'cause I wouldn't.
Straightforward.
I wouldn't have the guts to do it because I think I'm going to break this damn engine. You know. I mean, I wouldn't even attempt this sort of job because it would be a disaster.
Well,
was asking about marketing to do a set of children in need, a school for children in need marketing, and he's going to the Queen. What's wrong with it?
You don't want to do it.
No, he bloody don't.
now, if we're running true to form, we should be able to wire this up now and see. So we've got, where you come from? You've come off of there. Not a very good joint that, so we'll do it again. Put a bit more solder on it this time. A lot of activity out there this morning. Okay, we should be able to put this on the track and see if we get a result.
So what's that heat shrink you're doing?
Heat shrink, it's an insulation. You don't want all these joints like this floating about
Right.
inside. So what you do is you put a bit of this heat shrink on.
Right. I've got the brass sheet first, which is SN7.
Set it down. See if we can make a nice clean joint on this. This can be really fiddly at times.
I could never do this. It's far too fiddly for me.
Yeah, they haven't changed.
That's got that.
You must get quite a lot of business, do you, from people coming in wanting their engines DCC
I get all
Chip?
sorts in here. I've just got one come in, a bloke came in, a bit like yourself. He's found a loco that means a lot to him, but it's like the one you bought in for your dad.
Yeah, yeah.
Had the improvements done on it.
Yeah.
Well, his is from the Welsh Railways, and it's obviously he's got a connection with this particular engine, but it's all the wrong colours, so he's brought it in. We're going to strip it right down and repaint it in the Welsh colours for him.
God, yeah.
So
That's amazing what you can do. People
never
like
know
you
what
can
you
do
got.
with these things. I mean, you make them come alive, don't you?
well, it's a great hobby to be in.
Yeah.
It really is.
Well, when you put the lights on my dad's old Class 37, and it was just incredible. It was actually quite an emotional moment for me to see it come alive, you know.
Yeah. Well, it's that little finishing touch, isn't it? You know, it's plus the fact for me it was a challenge really,
Yeah, yeah.
because it was never intended to have lights on it, and I don't know, I just thought it would look better if it had lights.
Yeah, sure, it does. It's
And
just fantastic.
we could have done the whole thing, but because it was the first time, I didn't get too involved because I had to quite make all the box up inside to put all the bulb and everything in it.
Yeah.
The big problem we came with the bulbs, the old style bulbs, they generate a lot of heat.
Yeah, I remember you saying,
And
yeah.
when we fitted them in the front, and they looked absolutely spot on, then we ran it for a little while, and then I noticed that it was somewhat changing colour a little bit. So I had a close look at it and found out the heat from the bulbs was disrupting the plastic. So that was a no-no.
People like me, if I was doing that for myself, I just wouldn't know what to do, to tell the truth, you know.
Well, you find a lot of lads that do this, they say they do it because they like the trains. I don't think it's because they like the trains. I think they like the challenge. It's something that they're constructing themselves,
Yeah.
and they're learning the artistic side.
I think
of
you're right there. I found that I found some things quite a challenge when I'm working out the electronics just to run bloody trains on my set, you know.
Yeah, but
And it's nice when I see it all going the right way.
well, because I think I told you that when I started model railway, when I was a young lad, none of this sort of stuff was available. You couldn't sort of go into a shop and buy electronic signals and things like that and self-changing points. You had to do it all yourself. And I think I explained that I got involved with a very, very clever man who worked for Ferrantis, electronics firm. And they had a big factory on the Kingston bypass. And as I was just round the corner, he got involved and showed me how to make solenoids, which to me was the early point motors.
Well, I can remember doing these things in physics in school, but I haven't retained any of the memory of it, of what to do, you know.
Well,
and just watching you doing this now is so intricate and delicate. It would just be disastrous if I even attempted it, you know.
you usually find that when people say that they, like yourself, you said, I did physics at school, but it's because you weren't really interested at the time.
Oh no, I hated school. I hated every day of school.
So, come on, in you go.
Only day I enjoyed in school was when we were doing basketball in the gymnasium, you know.
Well, yeah, well, you see, you were the athletic type.
Well, was.
Well,
not now.
well no, we all go past it, I'm afraid. Lock that back into there. That clips into there. Now, hopefully, when we put this on here,
God almighty.
we're going to get some. There
Oh,
she goes.
gee
She's
whiz.
off. She's away.
That's fantastic.
Turn that off. There you go. On loco, ready to roll.